Welcome back to the channel Bold and the Beautiful fans. Today we're diving deep into one of the most unsettling storylines shaking Los Angeles to its core. Whispers of betrayal, power plays behind closed doors, and a romance that may not be what it seems are colliding in dramatic fashion. Eric Forrester, fashion icon, family patriarch and master strategist, may be hiding a dangerous secret. And Katie Spencer? She could be walking straight into a trap without even realizing it. Settle in because this spoiler-filled breakdown pulls apart every clue, every suspicious glance, and every chess move that suggests Eric's intentions aren't as pure as he wants the world to believe. On the surface, Eric and Katie's renewed connection looks like a late-in-life love story that fans can root for. After years of heartbreak, health scares, and family chaos, Katie finally appears to have found stability. Eric, long seen as the wise elder statesman of the Forrester dynasty, presents himself as her protector, calm, reassuring, and deeply invested in her happiness. But in the world of the bold and the beautiful, when something feels too perfect, it almost always is. Viewers have started noticing the subtle red flags. Eric's timing, his sudden urgency, the way he positions himself as Katie's only safe harbor while quietly isolating her from others. Is this genuine affection, or a carefully calculated move? Eric Forrester has always been more than just a fashion legend. He's a survivor. A man who has navigated decades of betrayals, hostile takeovers, and family wars. He didn't stay on top by being naive. That's why fans are questioning whether Eric is truly acting out of love, or out of necessity. Recent spoilers hint that Eric may be facing threats we don't fully see yet. Legal pressure, business vulnerabilities, even internal family dissent that could strip him of control at Forrester Creations. If that's the case, aligning himself with Katie Spencer, someone with deep ties to the Spencer publishing empire, could be more strategic than romantic. And if Eric is playing chess while Katie thinks they're simply dancing, the fallout could be devastating. Katie has always worn her heart on her sleeve. Her biggest strength, her capacity to love deeply, has also been her greatest weakness. After years of feeling overshadowed by Brooke, betrayed by Bill, and sidelined in her own family, Katie craves security. She wants to believe that Eric sees her, values her, and chooses her without an agenda. That emotional vulnerability may be exactly what makes her the perfect pawn. Spoilers suggest Katie is beginning to make decisions that could permanently alter her future, both personally and professionally. And she's doing it with full trust in Eric's guidance. The question is, should she? Rich Forrester isn't convinced. Neither is Brooke. In classic BNB fashion, the Forrester inner circle is divided. Some see Eric's new relationship as a second chance at happiness. Others see it as reckless and possibly manipulative. Ridge, in particular, has started asking uncomfortable questions. Why now? Why Katie? And why does Eric seem so determined to push forward despite obvious concerns? Brooke's instincts are also screaming that something is off. Her history with both Eric and Katie gives her a unique perspective, and she's not buying the fairy tale. Their opposition could be exactly what Eric expects, and uses. One of the most chilling aspects of this storyline is how quietly everything is unfolding. Eric isn't yelling. He isn't threatening. He isn't making dramatic ultimatums. Instead, he's guiding conversations, framing choices, and subtly steering outcomes in his favor. This is manipulation at its most dangerous because it feels like love. Katie believes she's choosing her own path. But spoilers hint that every step she takes has already been anticipated by Eric. If true, this isn't just a betrayal. It's a psychological trap. So what's the endgame? Some theories suggest Eric is protecting Forrester Creations at all costs, even if it means sacrificing Katie's trust. Others believe he's trying to secure his legacy, ensuring his influence remains intact no matter what happens to his health or standing within the family. There's also a darker possibility, that Eric fears being replaced, forgotten, or overruled, and sees Katie as the key to maintaining relevance and power. None of these motives paint a romantic picture. As the weeks unfold, Katie is expected to face a moment of reckoning. A choice she can't undo. A realization that comes too late. When the truth begins to surface, and in the bold and the beautiful, it always does, the emotional damage could be irreversible. Will Katie confront Eric? Will she recognize the warning signs before it's too late? Or will she be forced to accept that the man she trusted most orchestrated her downfall? If Eric's betrayal is exposed, the ripple effects will be massive. The Forrester family could fracture beyond repair. Katie's relationship with the Spencers could change forever. And Eric Forrester's legacy, carefully built over decades, could crumble in a single devastating reveal. In this town, power comes at a price. And someone always pays. Eric Forrester's shocking betrayal may not be confirmed just yet, but the signs are impossible to ignore. Katie Spencer stands at the center of a storm she may not see coming, guided by a man whose intentions grow murkier by the day. Is this a love story doomed by secrets? Or a calculated trap disguised as devotion? One thing is certain. The Bold and the Beautiful is setting the stage for heartbreak, confrontation, and a truth that will change everything. Stay tuned because this storyline is only just beginning. One detail that fans can't ignore is Eric Forrester's sudden rush. For a man who has always preached patience, legacy, and tradition, Eric is moving fast. Almost too fast. Decisions that once took months are now happening in days. Conversations that should be private are suddenly loaded with pressure. Why no? Spoilers suggest Eric is acutely aware that time is no longer on his side. Whether it's his health, his authority within Forrester Creations, or the growing influence of the next generation, Eric appears to feel cornered. And when a man like Eric feels cornered, he doesn't retreat, he strategizes. Katie, unfortunately, may be standing at the center of that strategy. Katie believes she knows Eric. After all, they've shared years of friendship, family ties, and emotional support. But spoilers hint that Eric may be revealing only the parts of himself that serve his purpose. There are conversations he avoids, questions he redirects, details he softens or leaves out entirely. This selective honesty creates an illusion of transparency, one that keeps Katie comfortable while preventing her from seeing the full picture. And the more she trusts him, the less likely she is to question what she's being told. Information is dangerous. Brooke Logan knows Eric better than almost anyone alive. She loved him, fought him, and built an empire alongside him. And right now her instincts are screaming. Brooke notices how Eric speaks for Katie in group settings. How he subtly shuts down opposing opinions before Katie can hear them. How he frames criticism as jealousy or misunderstanding. To Brooke, these aren't acts of love, they're acts of control. But confronting Eric directly could backfire. He's a master at flipping the narrative, making concern look like betrayal. And Brooke knows that if she pushes too hard, Katie may retreat further into Eric's influence. Ridge Forrester has always struggled with his father's authority. But this time the tension feels different, heavier, more personal. Ridge senses that Eric is making moves that could permanently alter the power structure at Forrester Creations. Moves that may lock decisions into place before anyone else can object. And Katie's involvement? That's the wild card. If Eric ties his choices to Katie emotionally, any opposition from Ridge can be painted as cruelty. As an attack on a woman Ridge claims to care about. It's a brilliant tactic. And a ruthless one. Katie isn't completely blind to the tension around her. She feels the shift in the room when she enters. The conversations that stop. The looks exchanged. But instead of questioning Eric, she internalizes the blame. Maybe they're jealous. Maybe they don't want her to be happy. Eric reinforces these thoughts gently, never outright accusing anyone, but always validating Katie's fears just enough to keep her loyal. That emotional reinforcement tightens the trap. Spoilers tease that Katie is on the verge of making a major commitment, one that links her future directly to Eric's. Whether it's business, personal, or both, this decision could limit her options moving forward. Once made, it won't be easy to undo. And the most chilling part? Eric seems prepared for this moment. Almost as if he's been guiding Katie toward it from the very beginning. For now, everything appears stable on the surface. Smiles. Reassurances. Promises of a shared future. But longtime BNB viewers know this pattern well. Calm never lasts. And when the storm finally breaks, the betrayal won't come with a warning, it will come with receipts.